In the early hours of October 31st, 2002, a mansion in one of the safest neighborhoods in São Paulo, Brazil, concealed a brutal crime. Two parents were murdered while they slept. Police initially believed it was a robbery, but the killer didn't need to break in. He was already part of the family. Wealthy neighborhood happy family, stock books, diplomas. The von Richthofen family was seen as a model of success. Engineer Manfred von Richthofen and psychiatrist Mauricia von Richthofen built a comfortable life in Campo Belo, in the south of São Paulo. Their children grew up surrounded by strict education, travel, and opportunities. Suzane studied law, spoke multiple languages, and was considered to have a promising future. On the outside, they seemed like the perfect family. But tragic stories rarely begin with obvious signs. Everything changed when Suzane began a relationship with Daniel Cravinhos. The relationship quickly became intense. Her parents disapproved. Arguments began to surface. Limits were imposed. And according to later reports, the relationship continued against the family's wishes. How far would someone go to protect a relationship? The answer would come weeks later. On the night of October 30th, Suzane went out with her boyfriend and her brother, Andreas. The teenager was dropped off at an internet cafe to play games through the night. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Hours later, police received a call reporting a possible break-in at the family's home. When officers arrived, everything seemed too quiet. In the couple's bedroom, investigators found the victims dead. At first, the assumption was robbery resulting in death, but details began to trouble the officers. The alarm had not been triggered, there were no signs of forced entry, valuable items remained untouched. Something was wrong. The house was too organized, as if someone had tried to stage the crime. Who would know exactly where to look inside that house? Someone close. During the first statements, investigators noticed something unusual. The emotional reactions didn't match expectations. Questions about money appeared even before questions about the crime. Days later, police returned to the house. The atmosphere no longer resembled a home in mourning. And at that moment, the investigation took a completely different direction. The big turning point came when the name of Christian Cravinhos, Daniel's brother, came up. Christian made the mistake of buying an 1100cc motorcycle the day after the crime. He went to a motorcycle shop and used a friend to make the purchase. And the detail is, in dollars, the dollars stolen from the crime scene. The shop owner immediately became suspicious and called the police. During the interrogation, after hours of contradictions, came the confession. The crime hadn't been a robbery. It had been planned. According to the investigation, the plan involved removing the younger brother from the house, acting during the night, and staging a robbery. The scene had been manipulated to mislead investigators, but inconsistencies began to unravel the entire setup. The case was no longer just a crime. It became one of the most shocking trials in the country. The trial captivated all of Brazil. Accusations, conflicting versions, and psychological debates dominated the courtroom. In the end, all three were convicted of double-qualified homicide and procedural fraud. The country watched, in real time, the complete collapse of that family. Years later, the case still sparks debates about obsession, emotional manipulation, and extreme family dynamics. While those convicted continue serving their sentences, the younger brother tries to live away from public exposure. Because some crimes end with a sentence, others remain forever in collective memory. And perhaps the unanswered question is, when does a family stop being a safe place?